Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Bates. I'm with Grand Canyon University, Dr. Barksdale Leadership and Organizations course. Today, I'll be presenting on organizational design, structure, and change. All right, Fortune magazine has a most admired businesses rated on these 8 dimensions. All right, so you'll see these 8 dimensions listed on the right. All right, depending on which way you're looking at it. You'll see one highlighted, people management. We'll discuss people management in relation to the Jacksonville Jaguars organization, with the Urban Meyer being the head coach and Shad Khan being the owner of this organization. Shad came over to the Jaguars, I believe, from Pakistan in 2010, and had a pretty good start to his career. But the last 5 or 6 years have been terrible within the competition, and it was time for a change. He brought in Urban Meyer, who was an extremely successful head football coach at about 4 or 5 universities. And the community was extremely excited because he was known for building amazing cultures and winning programs. Okay, but the reconstruction process is very stressful. All right, as noted from our text. All right. The issue here is Urban Meyer's ineffective people management skills and his ethics within this process. Okay, now something happened recently within the organization within the last 2 months with ethics and also his people management skills. Okay, so issues have been brought up that were detrimental to this program even more. Okay, so ramifications of the action that was done, and we'll speak about in a second, cause a loss of trust, employees working under fear. Okay, employees overworking, shaming some of his employees, lack of effort from some of the employees, and then loss of stakeholders. Okay, some of the fans are branching off, some of the supporters from a funding standpoint and community standpoint have backed off. Potential consequences of this: so organization may have to relocate if Shad Khan can't build a buy-in again from this community. He came in 2010 with high hopes for the Jacksonville community in the downtown area, etc. Employees will avoid the organization. So some football players won't come to Jacksonville. They'll tell their agents, hey, I don't want to go to that organization. There's some bad things going on, and I don't want to be a part of that. Find another place for me. Of course, some will take it because that's their only option. But if the ones that have a choice, will try to avoid. The loss of capital gain or money for the organization. Like I said, some of the stakeholders will back off or steer clear of this organization. Loss of support from the fans and stakeholders. Again, if you see the photo that's listed in the middle, you'll see a pretty empty stadium. Not much money to be made from that amount of fans or supporters. Okay, negative press from the media. They've had a very, very rough year on social media. A lot of things going on, and also in the newspapers, on Sports Center, ESPN, and different news outlets. Okay. Jaguar Analytics. Okay, so we'll talk about some of their organizational structure. They have over 100 staff members. 25 of those are coaches. 76 of those are football players. Then the rest are kind of split up in other departments. So organizational design, as we talked about, departments, different departments make up this organization: executives, coaches, finance, scouting, logistics, strategy, community engagement, legal, equipment, facility, sales, and more. Chain of command goes executives, the directors, you have the head coach, you have the owner, and you have different administrators in different departments. Okay, the director of community engagement, and you'll have your volunteers and things like that. All right, organizational culture. Coach, like I said before, Coach Meyer is known for building strong cultures. All right, but not this time. The culture's attitude and behaviors were recently shifted with the degrading comments and actions from the leader. Okay, he questioned his associates, his coaches. He questioned their ability to win. He questioned their mindset, being a winning mindset or not. Okay, he went around the room and questioned every coach and if they ever won anything. Okay, note that this guy brought these guys in, so it's a reflection of himself. Okay, then he also had another incident in the Cincinnati area of Ohio where he performed inappropriately at one of his restaurants with someone outside of his wife. Okay, so that kind of brought the culture down and around the facility and the organization even more. Okay, so high performers often leave if the change is chaotic. Okay, so if the change process that he was kind of so excited to build in the beginning, if it gets chaotic, some of those high performers he brought in will be prompted to leave and look other places. All right, it's the 2021 Jaguar organization as a conscious culture. That's in question right now. I don't believe so. I'll bring up the empowerment piece in the conscious culture setting or values. Okay. I think a lot of the employees are self-aware, but they're not being empowered by their leader, especially with the recent down talk that he spread amongst his associates during a recent meeting. Okay, so they're not feeling empowered, they're overworked, and things like that. So adversity has surfaced character shifts from associates within football operations and the fan base. All right. So with all the adversity, the character of the fans and the staff and associates have shifted dramatically. Okay. And we'll talk about Cotter's 8-step change model. All right. 1 through 8. We got to create a sense of urgency, build a guiding coalition, form a strategic vision and initiatives, enlist a volunteer army, enable action by removing barriers, generate short-term wins, sustain acceleration, and institute change. Okay, those are Cotter's 8-step change model. Now we'll put a plan together that'll mirror his change model or their change model with our innovative practices. Okay, so our game plan, we'll kind of keep it in the sports realm, is re-energize the team by focusing on today and celebrating small victories. We're big on those small victories. That's something that as newly acquired for me. We'll talk about the end. Number 2 will be hire new experienced coaches that understand the change process. Relatable, change process driven coaches that understand the dynamic and are ready to go to work. All right, so we'll bring those in. Number 3, our core values will lead us to success. Okay, so we're establishing core values that are relevant to what we have going on and build them and drive those core values. Our love for one another. Okay, we'll push the love factor, and we'll train and build on that love. Okay, hold an open forum for the community to voice their opinions and suggestions. All right, so we'll bring the community in and bring them in and engage the community again. All right, and try to build their trust and really respond. Okay, at the end of the day, they want you to win in this realm of work. All right, so you can do a bunch of things, but your room for error is very small. But we're believers that if you do all of these things together, that wins will come. All right. Removal of ineffective marketing and internal cancerous culture tendencies. All right, so we'll try to figure out those cancerous actions or cancerous values that have been going on or cancerous standards that have been accepted throughout the Jaguars organization, and we'll try to cut those out immediately and instill a transplant that is proven to be successful, and we'll just build on that. Number 6 will be, again, we'll celebrate those small victories and wins within our growth. All right, so every growth day, when we have a small win, small victory, we can say, well, if everyone has been coming to work on time, we'll celebrate that. We'll look at the data, we'll look at the shifts, we'll look at the trends, and we'll celebrate the things that are worth celebrating. All right, which is every small victory. 7, push our culture shifters, which is number 2. We're kind of bringing number 2 and number 6 together. So push our culture shifters to build onto small wins with energy. Okay, so we'll build on our small wins. We'll be extremely energetic and positive about those. Number 8, we'll be exposed to new culture and celebrate it in comparison to the old. Keep the momentum steady. Okay, so we'll celebrate the new things that's going on, the new things that's happening, the small victories, and we'll compare it to the old way of doing things without jumping into that mindset too deep. Okay, challenges with the proposed model. Potential challenges would be buy-in, of course. Anytime there's a change, there's going to be a buy-in question. We got to really get the community, the team, the organization, our departments really bought into what we're bringing into that's different than what was happening before. Building those attitudes, okay, changing those attitudes and beliefs is one thing that we read about a lot. Okay, trust, credibility, patience. Patience is big because, hey, they've been down for 6-7 years. Now it's time to win. No more time to sit on loss and disappointment. We need to change. We need positivity. We need action. We need a sense of urgency and assumptions. All right, there's assumptions that, hey, how will this group of leaders come in and be different? All right, they're going to be the same. Okay, so we have to just really build around those assumptions, and how we feel like we're going to defeat the pushback is consistency with love, and that's down the line. Consistency with love, consistency with love, consistency with love. All right, and we'll hopefully translate that into wins. Adopt new values and beliefs with love. Okay, Celebrate small victories with love. Okay, small victories, consistency with love again. And lastly, inspire your employees as part of the 5 ways to help your team be open to change. So inspiration is huge. We have to inspire the people that's working to build a community together. So this is bigger than just football. It's a community that we can bring pride, we can bring happiness, we can bring love, relationships, and things together within our success. Okay, lessons learned. Stakeholder involvement was something that I really bought into. Sharing the culture with all stakeholders. So your values and beliefs and things that you are really passionate about, sharing that collectively throughout your stakeholders, your players, your community, your fans, everyone that comes with involvement, your funders, things like that. So you want to be able to have that culture really stand out to the people that are in and out of your program or organization every day. Cotter's 8th step was emphasizing short-term wins and celebrating. That was something big that I picked up. Just celebrating those small things and that culture change, that shift. Those things will be really important. So thank you guys for the time. I appreciate it. Take care.